Anthropic says it built a Claude model that can find and exploit vulnerabilities well enough that it will not release the model publicly in its current form. This is fluid coding and AI, and today we are unpacking Project Glasswing, Claude Mythos Preview, and the uncomfortable question behind it. What happens when the same model can be both a zero-day finder and a patch assistant? Project Glasswing is Anthropic's attempt to turn that capability into a defender-first program. Instead of a normal public launch, Mythos Preview is being routed to a limited set of organizations working on critical software, cloud platforms, browsers, operating systems, finance, security tooling, and open-source infrastructure. Anthropic also committed up to $100 million in usage credits, plus $4 million in direct open-source security donations. So this is not just a model preview, it is a controlled access experiment around who gets the first advantage. The important detail is that Anthropic does not describe Mythos Preview as a cyber-only model. It is presented as a general-purpose frontier model with stronger coding, reasoning, and agentic behavior. The security leap comes from those broader abilities landing in one place. That matters because the model is not just scoring higher on a narrow exploit benchmark. It is better at reading code, planning across steps, using tools, and staying with hard technical tasks long enough to find things humans and fuzzers may miss. The published benchmark numbers are the first signal. Anthropic reports Mythos Preview at 77.8% on SWE Bench Pro, compared with 53.4% for Opus 4.6. On Terminal Bench 2.0, it reports 82%, compared with 65.4% for Opus 4.6 under the listed harness settings. Those are not cyber benchmarks by themselves. They are coding and terminal task signals. But for security, that is the point. A model that navigates messy repos and terminal tasks better is closer to acting like an automated security engineer. The cyber-specific claims are more striking, and they need careful wording. Anthropic reports that Mythos Preview found the flaw on 83% of more than 1,500 CyberGym tasks. In an internal fuzzing-style benchmark, Anthropic says Mythos produced hundreds of higher-tier crashes and 10 full control flow hijack crashes on fully patched targets. In a Firefox JavaScript engine follow-up benchmark, Anthropic says the previous model produced working shell exploits only twice in several hundred attempts. Mythos reportedly produced them 18 times after the tested issues had been patched in Firefox 148. The most useful examples are not flashy attack stories. They are reminders that old code still hides hard bugs. Anthropic says Mythos helped discover a now-patched 27-year-old OpenBSD issue, a 16-year-old FFmpeg H.264 issue, and a FreeBSD NFS remote code execution issue. The lesson is not that fuzzing failed or that human security work is obsolete. It is that model-assisted reasoning may find paths through mature code where coverage, time, and human attention have always been limited. The strongest outside calibration comes from the UK AI Security Institute. AISI reported that Mythos Preview succeeded on expert-level capture, the flagged task 73% of the time. It also completed a 32-step simulated corporate network range from start to finish in 3 out of 10 attempts, averaging 22 of 32 steps. But AISI also narrowed the claim. Its ranges did not include active defenders, defensive tooling, or penalties for noisy behavior. So this supports a real capability jump, not a claim that Mythos can reliably compromise hardened production networks. For defenders, the scary part is not only faster bug discovery, it is what happens after discovery. If models can produce more plausible findings, then security teams still need validation, severity judgment, coordinated disclosure, patch design, regression testing, and rollout discipline. Anthropic says human validators exactly agreed with Claude's severity assessment in 89% of 98 manually reviewed reports, and were within one severity level in 98%. That is meaningful, but it is still not the same as safe production remediation at scale. There is also a more ordinary product story here. On April 30, 2026, Anthropic launched Claude Security in public beta for Claude Enterprise customers. That product does not use Mythos Preview. It uses generally available Opus 4.7 to scan code bases, validate findings, and suggest reviewable patches. The setup is still limited. Anthropic lists Claude Enterprise, Claude Code on the web, extra usage, the Anthropic GitHub app, and GitHub.com hosted repositories as requirements. But this shows where the Glasswing ideas may land for real teams first. The skeptical read is worth taking seriously. Too dangerous to release is both a safety decision and a story about a restricted enterprise model. Anthropic has strong incentives to present controlled access as responsible infrastructure protection. There are also containment questions. Public reporting said Anthropic was investigating unauthorized access claims connected to a third-party vendor environment. Anthropic said it had not detected compromise beyond that vendor environment or Anthropic systems. None of that erases the technical signal. It just means the framing deserves the same scrutiny as the benchmark charts. If you run an AppSec team, the takeaway is not panic. It is capacity planning. You may soon have more findings, more proof, and more patch suggestions than your current review process can absorb. If you maintain open-source infrastructure, the question is whether programs like Glasswing actually reach maintainers before attackers get similar capability. And if you are a developer, the boring fundamentals become more important, not less. Dependency visibility, fast patching, least privilege, good logs, secure code review, and tests that make generated fixes safer to evaluate. My verdict is this: Project Glasswing is not proof that AI has broken cybersecurity overnight. It is proof that frontier coding models are now close enough to security engineering that release decisions, access control, and defensive operations matter much more than they did a year ago. The zero-day factory and the patch factory are becoming the same machine. The winners will not be the teams that generate the longest finding list. They will be the teams that can verify, prioritize, patch, and ship fixes without turning security into noise. If this helped you understand what Claude Mythos Preview actually changes, like the video and subscribe to Fluid Coding and AI. The next wave of coding models will not just write more code, they will reshape how we find, prove, and fix the bugs already hiding inside it.